Hi, Kaylee. So, to answer your question, some ways that we can use Camborne's conditions of learning in our own classrooms to develop literacy and just in an ELAR classroom is I think there is plenty of opportunity to use it in the classroom. So, immersion, learners need to be immersed in texts of all kinds and in many subjects, and I'm in a fifth grade class in an ELAR class, and we do that. We immerse them in different texts every 2 weeks, like fiction, nonfiction, drama, different ones like that, and they learn the characteristics of it. They have an anchor chart, and they work with their partners, and then they work on their own, which I think relates to Camborne's conditions of learning. We demonstrate, which is another aspect of it. We demonstrate how to find text evidence, how to cite, um, how to do all the things they need to do for the STAR test and for life. We demonstrate all the time. We also do that with their warm-ups, their language warm-ups and their reading warm-ups. We show them how to prove their answers, how to show they found it in the text, why it's wrong. We also have expectations in our classroom of different things that they have to do, such as use the RACE strategy, write in full sentences, complete sentences, restate the question. We've been drilling that into them. Response, learners receive feedback from exchanges with more knowledgeable others. They do that with us, and they do that with their partners, because we often pair a weaker student with kind of a more stronger student, as well as sometimes we pair GT kids with GT kids. But we definitely do response, which is good when you have a partner. They can talk about it, work through it, instead of coming to us directly. Responsibility, they learn to make their own decisions about how they answer their questions, because we can't sit there and force them to use the RACE strategy. We can't force them to use the words that we would use, but they decide how to rewrite their questions. They decide where their evidence is. They decide when they do their close read. And then we also use engagement. The kids won't be involved or anything if they don't care, if they're not engaged. Like, we had a significantly different response in their work when we started doing fiction stories and stories that were more interesting instead of nonfiction all the time. But yeah, I think Camborne's conditions are already being used in ELAR classrooms. I think it's just being intentional and thinking, how can I use it more, or how can I use it in this instance? Now, I haven't used them in a younger classroom. It's easy for me to say they're implemented in a fifth grade classroom because that's where I am. But to me, that's how I would use them.